Lisa.
It's all about Lisa Barnett today. She's an Akashic record keeper. She's also the founder of the Akashic Knowing School of Wisdom with thousands of students worldwide. She's an internationally best-selling author of The Infinite Wisdom of the Akashic Records and From Question to Knowing, 73 Prayers to Transform Your Life. Lisa has devoted over 25 years to sharing the Akashic Wisdom so clients can understand and align with their soul plan to find greater fulfillment, happiness, abundance, and health. What's not to love there? She's the author of Your Soul Has a Plan, Awaken to Your Life Purpose through the Akashic Records. Now, if you'd like to see her in person, why wouldn't you? She's going to be a presenter at the Sedona Cosmic Awakening Conference, April 22nd and 23rd, 2023. All of her links and the tickets for the Sedona Cosmic Awakening are in the show description. Welcome to the show. It is awesome to see you. And I love your logo. And is that a ruby? Well, what's in the middle of the O?
It's a flower, right?
Rose, yeah.
Oh,
Rose.
wonderful. It's really
Got the rose.
It's sweet, yeah.
The rose, right? The heart, all that heart-centered energy. And the reason that I really use that as a symbol also, along with all of my kind of watery energy, which is partly because I'm from a water world. So I relate very much, obviously, blue to the watery energy, that very fluid vibration, which is also part of the Akashic Records and the quantum field. But the rose is also very much about being heart-centered. And that is probably one of the simplest kind of direct ideas when we want to start to access our soul guidance, the Akashic Records, even our intuition, is to make sure that we're first deeply into our heart center. And so the rose helps to remind us of that.
So let's dive right in, if we can, just in the concept of Akashic Records. So you hear about this, and I'd like to get, you're the professional, so
that's for sure.
Akashic Records, what exactly is it?
How the hell do you get there?
Who came up with the, who downloaded, who initially, or how was that information initially downloaded, that there was this hall of records, if you would?
Okay, so a couple of big questions there. So the Akashic Records are the recording of your soul's journey through all time-space continuum. And what that means is that from the moment that you individuated as a soul, individuated from source, and your soul chose to go on a journey in many dimensions and realms and hundreds of times here on Earth. And we have really done so much more than most of us ever imagine. But everything your soul has done on that journey is recorded in this etheric field, which is part of source energy, part of the quantum field, and we refer to it as the Akashic Record. So simple thought is that everyone has their own library where all of your books of your soul journeys are stored, as well as you have your own librarians. And so these beautiful beings of light who are here just to support you to understand who you are, what you've been and done, the soul plan you wrote before you came to Earth this time. So lots of information in that library that is yours specifically. Everyone has their own Akashic Record library, and there are libraries of science and of planets and of sacred sites. And so, of course, source is infinite, so the Akashic field is also very infinite.
Which, okay, so when you have this idea of the Akashic Records, and you're like, geez, I can know about everything that the universe, every question I ever want answered is apparently in the Akashic Records, which on the surface is just super cool. But how the hell do you actually get there?
So for for most of us, like any sort of ancient wisdom, it's a process. And that's one of really my sole purposes, is to teach people the process to move into this very high vibrational energy. And I do that by teaching people a vibrational key, which comes in the form of sacred prayers. And so I literally teach people. I have been given 8 different Akashic record access prayers because they align to different kind of personal energy, galactic energy, starseed energy. So if you imagine that all of us have lived in other worlds and dimensions, some people consider themselves more Pleiadian or Sirian or Arcturian or Andromedan. There are prayers that resonate more in that starseed kind of vibration. And they all take you into your own Akashic record. So I use a vibrational key to teach people to move into the energy of the Akash.
Pretty cool. So let me just kind of wrap my head around what you just said. Because let's say, for example, I'm a client or a student, whatever your terminology is. So someone goes to you, and are they having a session with you and then you give them these keys, or is it something that you have classes and offer these various keys?
Right. So I do both. I work in one-on-one sessions with clients where I open their records. I ask their Akashic record keepers the questions they would like answered. I download the information and share it with them. So I do Akashic readings and healing sessions for them, so they don't have to go through a process of learning how to open their records and practice. And that's the workshops. So I work one-on-one with clients, and I teach online workshops, and I often teach in-person workshops, which I'm planning on doing in Sedona right after our big festival.
Wow.
Nice.
So if you come to Sedona and join us, then
It's such a fascinating topic, the Akashic record.
I
Okay,
love it.
so how did, when you first started to say, okay, here, number one, how did you know, okay, I'm in the Akashic records, I'm here.
Right.
How did you know?
Exactly.
And then number two, are you like the earthly librarian to the rest of us, if you would, and you kind of guide us that way? Would that be somewhat of an analogy to use?
I've noticed so much is that the intuition that I am receiving on a daily basis, the messages are so clear, and they come in like, you hear a lot of people talking about, I get a download of this and a download of that. And that is the God's honest truth. Messages are just literally flooding in because the pineal gland is being decalcified. And